Hey guys, welcome back to Board Watch. I'm Brian.
Jessica.
And I'm Joey.
Alright, so we've already had a couple episodes with Ben. Voting should be finishing up with him in a couple of days, and then we'll vote on which house you want Jessica to be. I will announce when I put up the new poll for what you want her to be, so just keep an eye on the at Boardwatch Games Twitter accounts. So we just finished, Joey and I just finished watching the lore for seasons 1 and 2. And you know, we're about to start season 3. We didn't have like a long whole season 2 recap, so we're just going to do a couple of like pre-season 3 questions just to kind of get you into the mood. First off, Alan Garcia just wanted to point out that since you like Talissa so much,
Talissa.
She is the granddaughter of Charlie Chaplin.
Oh, really?
Like the actual actress is the granddaughter of Charlie? That's pretty cool. Okay.
That is cool.
Hey.
Yeah.
Shouts out to, what's her actual name, do you know?
Something Chaplin.
You guys get me in touch with her. She's a real person out there. Tell her I said hi. Charlie Chaplin.
And then,
that's so cool.
So, Miss Missy Minecraft, like, all the Stark children are in, like, completely different places.
Yeah,
Rob
and none of them are Witcher and Winter.
So, they just want to know which ones you would want to see reunite the most.
Arya with Rob.
Arya with Rob? Okay.
And Jon with Rob.
Okay. So just everyone with Rob.
Everyone with Rob.
Like,
Yeah.
we don't care about Sansa.
Yeah.
Screw Sansa.
Sansa just is mucky. Sansa's not offering anything, but
she
is
had
taking
the opportunity
everything.
to leave King's Landing
Multiple times.
Yeah.
And she has not taken it any of the time. She's like, she's like Tyrion in that. She's like, this is my home. This is where you guys sent me. And I'm going to make the best of it. Like, she's being a bitchy teenager. She's fucking everything up for everybody. She's mucking everything up. Like, I know she's dealing with everything she's dealing with, and I'm being insensitive, but I'm just saying, for, like, the context of the greater good of the show, she's not adding anything, and couldn't offer anything whatsoever right now, except her own life, which would then only help the Lannisters.
And we talked about this in the history and lore, but I know not everybody watches the history and lores. They like watching most of the episodes, but there was a change. Baron Homer was asking if there has been a change in Joey's top and bottom 3, and there has. Jon Snow is off the list.
He's gone. Not gone.
No, he's like number 4.
Top 5. He's
top 5
still, but yeah, no, he's not really doing too much for me right now. He's not really spicing things up. It's boring in bed now. But I don't know. I don't feel it. No, Rob has really stepped up in the last season, and so just watching his growth, watching him find Talissa, like be strong with his own decision making, and really looking for like the greater good, past just like, you know, even more so just like giving over the Kingslayer to the Lannisters to be able to get his sister back. Like he's thinking more past it just for like the overall good of the North, and kind of like what his ancestors have done in the past. And so I'm really liking Rob. I think Rob's number 2. Tyrion's still firmly at number 1. Love that guy.
Yeah, so Rob even hopped Arya.
And then Arya's 3 now.
So Arya's at number 3, and so Rob just shot up to
Rob
number 2.
just shot up from like bottom or top 10, but like now they're definitely number 2 solidly.
And then has your bottom 3? I know your bottom 1 and 2 are Theon and Joffrey.
Yeah, bottom 2 are Theon and Joffrey, and then still the guy who's just raping his daughter.
Oh yeah, Craster.
Craster's still bottom 3. Because everyone else, like, I see their motivations, I guess. So that makes me a little more less I don't like them. But like even Cersei,
especially after watching the history and lore.
Especially after watching the history and lore, and so I understand Cersei a little bit.
Even
better.
like
Tywin a little bit better.
Euron and Balon. Yara and Balon.
I like them even more so.
Yeah.
Even despite how they're treating Theon,
right.
I still respect them a little bit more. I don't even place them in my bottom at all. And so Theon though is still
number 1. Right?
Number 1, and then probably Craster, and then probably Joffrey. Just because Joffrey, even though I should technically dislike Joffrey the most, Joffrey honestly is just like, I'm sorry, I just saw something I can't stop looking at that. So Joffrey is still probably top bottom 3, but he's still a child, and so he's only getting raised into what he understands, and so I feel like it's kind of like almost not right to just like immediately
But wait,
punish him.
what about his siblings? They don't act like him.
Yeah, they're also younger without power, technically. Because like this is the thing, like all boys go through, everyone goes through like a certain phase where they're just trying to like, and if you give a 12-year-old, 13-year-old, or what is he, 14 now maybe?
I think they aged everyone in the show up like 3 years from the books, and in the books he's 12. So he was like 15, probably like this season he's like 16 or something.
He hasn't hit like full puberty where he's like constantly having sex and like really craving it, but he's also like in this frustrated phase, and that's a dangerous phase to be in. Like you give a kid unlimited power in that phase, like they're gonna do horrible shit.
He was shitty before he had any power, though.
Yeah, he's a shitty little kid though. Like he did little kid shit. Like he's not the evil like.
He said he was gonna gut Arya. He called her a little. He's like,
yeah, no, he's an asshole. I know. It's just still like Theon's a grown ass man. He's learned and had time to make decisions. Craster's obviously a grown ass man. So it's just like, you know.
I got you.
As much as I hate Joffrey, he's only a product of his surroundings at the moment and hasn't had time to even try to get past that. And so even though he's been like raised around like, you know, in like not desirable area, like he still hasn't had fully time to grow. And so I don't want to like label him immediately as number one, but he's definitely still bottom three.
Cool. And then, what storyline are you most eager for? So this is from Liz. What storyline are you most eager for season 3?
John's. Well, the Wall. I want to see what the White Walkers like, especially because it ended on season 2 like that with the huge White Walker army coming across and like them going to go attack the Wall or wherever they're going. I want to see what happens with that, especially with Mance Rayder, the king over the Wall. I want to see, and his huge forces. I'm kind of curious to see where that goes. John's probably going to talk to him soon, and so now seeing their conversation and what his side of it is on all of that. So probably that, because everything else is just mucky and almost irrelevant. And then I guess second to that would probably be Arya or Daenerys's with their dragons coming across, how quickly they grow, or like when she tries to go take the kingdoms and how that works out with the dragons and with Jorah, and so probably that would be second, but number one is Over the Wall.
And then also from Liz, this is the last question. Mm-hmm. Are there any mysteries or unanswered questions?
Oh yeah, I mean that's all that I've like answered.
Yeah.
Just like not necessarily like I'm sure there are. Not really mysteries, just because like there's constantly mysteries that like get hinted at this show, even especially watching the lore. Like I like all of that to be answered, but like I guess questions, none burning, but just like there's little things that like I'm curious. Like I think we were talking about this last time. We were talking about it came up when somebody brought up his parents, but like Jon Snow's mom, like I'm kind of wondering about that, like because that just got in. Like the only person that I think that knows is Ned, and Ned's dead, and so like that's kind of curious. I guess that would be like the only unanswered, because everything else seems like it can be answered. Eventually it will be answered, but like that's the only one that I don't really see how that could even be answered, or like what would the purpose be. So I guess that one, maybe like what the other power is that the guild that were making the wildfire, they said that it was like
the pyromancers.
The pyromancers, they were working on something even more, I guess, than the wildfire, and then that got like put under once the Targaryens got overthrown. Like I guess that got like wiped away with them and like forgotten about. So I'm curious to see like what other stuff they might have. But most of the stuff is just like the gray area is kind of the fun part about the show. Cool. It's kind of like it slowly fills into pieces. But
all right, so yeah, without further ado, let's get into season 3.
Yeah.
Ooh, you chills.
Ghost.
Ghost, yeah.
I love this dialogue.
Ghost isn't with John.
Yeah, that's right. He just dipped out.
Who's lighting him on fire? There's a person there too.
Ah, it's just no, it's just Ghost.
Ghost lit him on fire.
You know, I got you. Oh, nice.
I need to get back to the Wall. It's a long march. We know what's out there. But we have to make it. Have to warn them. Or before winter's done, everyone you've ever known will be dead.
Hooray for cold open!
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's the
Okay.
name?
Oh, it's burning!
Oh, it is!
burning!
No, really?
Yeah!
I didn't even notice that. See, this is so great watching it like again. You pick up on all these
Oh,
cool little things. Yeah.
Holy shit, there's a giant! Holy shit, there's giants! Ah, from the lore! Holy shit. Oh man, I was so hoping there was giants. I didn't get anything real in this.
Last time you seen a giant, Jon Snow?
What do we want with the baby claw?
This baby killed Coronathan. He wants to be one of us.
Your Grace. Your Grace? Did you hear that? From now on, you'd better kneel every time I fart.
Stand, boy. We don't kneel for anyone beyond the wall.
So, you're Ned Stark's bastard. Why do you want to join us, Jon Snow? I want to be free. No, I don't think so. I think what you want most of all is to be a hero. I'll ask you one last time. Why do you want to join us?
We stopped at Craster's Keep on the way north.
You saw what?
I saw Craster take his own baby boy and leave it in the woods. Solo took it.
You're telling me you saw one of them? And why would that make you desert your brothers?
Because when I told the Lord Commander, he already knew. Thousands of years ago, the first men battled the White Walkers and defeated them. I want to fight for the side that fights for the living.
Oh, look at these two shining warriors. Sir Tarin Mount and Sir Who's It of Who Cares?
Sir Meryn Trant.
Sir Bronn of the Blackwater.
You're no knight.
Pod?
Sir Bronn of the Blackwater was anointed by the king himself.
You're an up-jumped cutthroat. Nothing more.
That's exactly who I am. And you're a grub in fancy armour who's better at beating little girls than fighting men. Now, I have an appointment with Lord Tyrion.
You put your hand on that door, you lose the hand.
I thought we were friends.
We are. But I'm a sellsword. I sell my sword. I don't loan it out to friends as a favour.
How much?
Double.
Double?
I'm a knight now. Knights are worth double.
Don't even know how much I'm paying you now.
Which means you can afford it.
True.
He was alive.
I was a captain and a knight.
Aye, sir. And serving which king?
The one true king of Westeros. Stannis Baratheon.
He got that.
Nice. Whew, that was close.
I thought you were dead. Everyone thought you were dead.
This needs to be cleaned and closed.
What's your name, friend?
You're lucky to be alive.
An
would let myself be consumed by maggots before mocking the family name and making you heir to Casterly Rock.
Why?
Why? You asked that? You who killed your mother to come into the world? You are an ill-made, spiteful little creature, full of envy, lust, and low cunning. Men's laws give you the right to bear my name and display my colours, since I cannot prove that you are not mine. And to teach me humility, the gods have condemned me to watch you waddle about, wearing that proud lion that was my father's sigil and his father's before him. But neither gods nor men will ever compel me to let you turn Casterly Rock into your whorehouse. Speak no more of your rights to Casterly Rock. Go.
He better make the right decision. He's facing a Theon right now. And if he doesn't make the right decision that I want him to make right now...
Please, Lord Baelish, tell me what to do. Tell me when.
I'm waiting for word on an assignment that will take me far away from the capital. When I set sail, I might be able to take you with me. But you'll need to be ready to leave on a moment's notice.
Don't mock them. They're the first Dothraki who've ever been on a ship. They followed me across the poison water. If they'll do it, others will, and with a true Khalasar.
The Dothraki followed strength above all, Khaleesi. You'll have a true Khalasar when you prove yourself strong. And not before.
I do not judge people for the gods they worship. If I did, I'd have thrown you in the sea before you ever set foot on Dragonstone.
I'm not your enemy.
You are my enemy.
Bitch, be crazy.
He's got balls.
So the you've got a little
Go in there and just talk shit.
Did I set your ships ablaze? I wasn't there when the wildfire killed our men by the thousands. I could have saved those men. You would have taken the city, Stennis would now sit upon his rightful throne, and you would stand beside him. But I wasn't there, because you convinced your king to leave me behind. Don't despair, Sir Devils. What I told your son is true. Death by fire is the purest death.
Woman is evil! She's the mother of demons!
Take him to the dungeon, lock him in a cell.
Your Grace!
You've chosen the darkness, Sir
She will
Devils.
destroy us all!
I will pray for you.
Your Grace!
Under King Joffrey's leadership, your fathers saved the city. They saved us all. From now on, we're going to take care of you. All of you. Come to me whatever you need to feed them, clothe them, or house them. Directly to me.
They begin their training at 5. Every day they drill from dawn to dusk until they have mastered the short sword, the shield, and the 3 spears. Only 1 boy in 4 survives this rigorous training. Their discipline and loyalty are absolute. They fear nothing.
Even the bravest men fear death.
Tell the good master, there is no need.
My master points out that men don't need nipples.
Whew, pretty solid men though so far.
I won't order them to murder babies. You'll see they're properly fed, sheltered. A great injustice has been done to them. Closing your eyes will not undo it.
The warlocks.
Oh, the warlocks.
I owe you my life, sir.
The honor is mine, my queen.
Is this what Barristan Selmy?
Yeah.
Yeah! Oh, that's a good person to team up with.
I know him. As one of the greatest fighters the Seven Kingdoms has ever seen. And as the Lord Commander of Robert Baratheon's Kingsguard.
King Robert is dead. I've been searching for you, Daenerys Stormborn, to ask your forgiveness. I was sworn to protect your family. I failed them. I am Barristan Selmy, King's Guard to your father. Allow me to join your Queen's Guard, and I will not fail you again.
That's a huge addition. The Jorahs. Very nervous. Nice. That's huge for Daenerys. Huge. Plus, sometimes you see Barristan a little whiter, but a little grayer, but
Why are
huge
the
to see him
freaking
back.
wizard people still after her?
They want the dragons back, I'm sure. But
They were brave enough to leave their house of Undying.
yeah, I cannot wait to see what Barristan Selmy has in store. Or if she, I don't think she'll take the army, but if she does take the army, that's a huge army to
Actually,
get.
we'll stick with Daenerys because a lot so there's quite a few things. So yeah, Barristan's back.
Yeah.
Montana Donaldson wants to know. You were already picking up that Jorah is a little kind of weary of him. How do you see Jorah and Barristan
not getting along,
working out?
Plus, I don't think Barristan knows him as a traitor, so I think Barristan's going to say you shouldn't trust Jorah. I think Jorah's going to say you shouldn't trust Barristan because, like, he also was, for Baratheon who was trying to kill her. But I think she should trust Barristan and she should trust Jorah. For the moment, just Jorah.
So if there's a disagreement between Barristan and Jorah, which one do you think she would?
Probably, knowing Daenerys, she'll still choose Barristan because he's always super. But if we don't forget, also Jorah almost had her killed, like paid to have her, got the payment to have her killed. She doesn't know about that, but I'm just saying, like, that still happened, and we as audience knows about that. And so, as much as he can be trusted, and I think he's even more so trying to prove himself now for her because of that, because of his guilt for that, he wants to prove himself. I feel like, Barristan Selmy might pick up on that or might, allude to something along the lines, and she's probably going to choose him. But either way, I think she'll end up choosing them both. I think they'll both be able to work for her.
Okay. Now, Jorah says that she can only truly have a... Oh, this is also from Montana Donaldson. She says that Dothraki will only join if she shows a sign of strength.
Yeah.
Is there any way that she can go about showing strength enough to get a Khalasar?
A Khalasar is like an army from
Dothraki.
Dothraki. I don't even know if she wants a Khalasar from the Dothraki. I feel like she thought that wasn't a good idea already, and then she changed her mind, I guess, now within the last couple episodes. But I don't see taking the Dothraki. I mean, yeah, they're I guess in open battle nobody can beat the Dothraki, but try to transport them across the sea just to get them in a whole new land. I don't see what the point of that would be. It doesn't seem like it makes sense on the show. Just to have a bunch of Dothraki now living in Westeros trying to take the... Because they kind of alluded to that when she got them to Karth and they were all out of place and didn't know what to do. It's because it's not their way, just as much as it's not the way of the Greyjoys to stay inland super far and not pillage and rape and maraud. I don't think it's the Dothraki way to go across and sit on a throne and be proper. And I think she's willing to do that when she gets there, just like she was in Karth. But I just don't think those are her people to be able to necessarily. Maybe these super loyal assassin people or non-min people.
Oh, the Unsullied.
Yeah, the Unsullied.
Okay, yeah, we can go into the Unsullied right now. So Dragon 5616 and Liz are saying that Dany is considering buying a slave army, but obviously they've had quite a brutal upbringing. She has some reservations. How do you see that kind of panning out?
I mean, if she wants... First of all, I don't even know where she'd even have... I don't even know if she has the money necessarily to buy that slave
That's
army.
also another question they asked is how.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I guess she already had to think that. I don't know. They're doing a lot of stuff without even telling us, so I feel like they're just going to kind of they're giving us all these options and then something new is going to happen, because if they really wanted one of these to pan out, they probably would have gave us a step to how it could happen. A stepping stone, but they're giving us no money whether or not that she has the money. They didn't even say how much. They just said an amount of people.
Like,
so
yeah, they just said
I think they're giving us like a milestone to where when she hits her new army, maybe that'll get like into perspective of how much that is. But they didn't give a price on how much the army is, so I doubt that like she's really going to be able to buy them. Plus, they keep saying a Khalasar from where and what Khalasar?
Right.
Like, is she just going to go all the way back to? I mean, she's in Essos, but is she going to go all the way back just to go then pick them up and go? There's no way. So I think Barristan Selmy is like this piece that like she was missing, and like now he's going to like come in and maybe add some people. Because I mean, think about how many people are loyal to Barristan Selmy, and like so you take that plus like women's power with her, and then having Jorah like clear his name possibly.
Well, Barristan's also like one of the
best fighters, so you can train people.
He also has like a lot of experience serving kings and
so now she's got 2 members of her Queen's Guard.
Oh,
yeah.
huge
Queen's Guard.
I would be 2 of my best members of the King's Guard too, Queen's Guard. So no, I think it would be something along the lines of wherever she gets her power from will be something from Barristan probably.
Okay, cool. And
hope. He can offer her hope.
Yeah, I think that pretty much kind of covers it. Oh yeah, she was also complaining that the dragons aren't growing fast enough.
I really don't know the scale of how quickly dragons grow, but they've grown they've probably doubled in size in like. See, they don't give us a time frame, so I think they're trying to get you to like understand that she can't just do it only on the dragons, but I think the dragons will be of enough size that when she's ready to fight, she'll fight.
Well, Liz also wants to know if they'll ever get to those size where she can't control them.
No.
Okay.
Because I think it's something more than just like size. I think it's I think it's a connection,
kind of
they
a bond
have, you know what I'm
with
saying?
her.
Just like with Argon, like maybe she might have issues with them, or like there might be like things that like she can't necessarily like stop them possibly from doing maybe. But either way, like I you know, they love her, and they're willing to like fly around a ship and like land. That's her mother pretty much. So
okay.
She's the mother of dragons.
Which is different than I guess the connection they had with Argon. So
if you watch the I don't know if this video will be out first or if the history and lore for season 2 will be out first.
We should
but we were talking about you were saying that history might be repeating itself with some slight changes. So you think
maybe it's Jorah and Barristan Selmy
as a dragon rider?
That would be crazy. But
so yeah, one of the other scenarios you said that maybe Arya, because like Arya was really talking to Tywin about the female dragon.
And there was like
riders.
a little pause, like I think there's some music playing. It was very.
So
eerie.
you thought that Arya could potentially?
She could be possibly riding a dragon. I think Marjorie could possibly ride a dragon.
Right, yeah.
Pretty strong female characters in the show.
Arya, Marjorie.
Just because like there's that whole like dragons are kind of like the women's power in this right now. Like that's what they're saying. Like because Daenerys pretty much had nothing. She was given away. She was raped. She had to make the best of her situation. It's like now she has this power that was just given to her, and she could give it to 2 other girls. Right. I don't know. I could see that being a route. I just don't know for sure. But I don't know if I was her, I'd have nobody else riding the dragons, and I just have the 3 controlled dragons. Because like, why would you? Well, why would you want? I can't trust that. Like Marjorie's not going to go burn.
I'm gonna ride a dragon.
Like I'm not trusting Marjorie, nor am I trusting Arya to not go burn. Like I'd rather just be in control and make sure that my dragons are good.
I don't know that I trust Arya. She wants to kill people.
Yeah, exactly. She's
like,
got way too long of a list. It's like, Arya. So no, I'd rather just
wait. He's on my list.
Yeah, exactly.
Burn him.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, we'll save King's Landing for last. So let's just go to Stannis right now. Belongs wants to remind you that Davos tried to kill Melisandre.
Which was stupid, and he wasn't paying attention, and he got the best of himself. She did that on purpose, so he couldn't even talk to her. She got him frustrated and tried to kill her.
She's crazy.
Niner Minor wants to know what's going to happen. Like he's going to the cells right now.
He'll escape. He's a pirate. It's not going to be. I doubt Stannis is not going to let him free. So it's not like Stannis is going to come to him and be like, oh, Davos. So I think Davos will escape probably on some level, and then maybe he'll murder her in his sleep, or maybe Melisandre will try to kill him, and that'll be the way I don't know. There'll be some type of like escape involved with that. He won't just be let free, and then
if he escapes, where would he go?
Melisandre's not dying just yet, sadly. They're building her up too much. So he'll probably go to Robb, maybe?
Okay.
Or maybe his pirate friend again.
Okay.
Maybe he'll meet up with Daenerys. I doubt it, because maybe they'll connect those 2 story arcs, just because, like, Dragonstone, fire, like they could bring those two together. But I would say probably Daenerys actually. He'll somehow get, because like they're both on the sea, they're both over there. Maybe he'll run into Daenerys.
Okay. And then Montana Donaldson just wants to know your thoughts on Stannis burning people alive now.
Yeah, and he already kind of was gonna start doing that anyways, and so like it was leading him fire, burning idols, like it's slowly getting to that point. So not surprised. Like she was really in his ear. I wish he would have just killed her when he had his hands wrapped around her neck.
Right? He was so close. So, and then she made him look into the fire, and he's like, "Oh, I see it."
No, then she just did this, and he was like, "Ah!" Like as if that was gonna spike. I don't know. I think that. I have not called out that many cop-outs in this show, but I'll call that cop-out. For all she had to do was this, like to yield, and that's all. So I don't know. I feel like, I understand why they did it, I understand why they control, but for him to be that mad and that pissed off and to strangle her that hard, to then immediately stop just because she put her hands up and like to yield, I don't think he'd ever have done that. So I take that back. Nothing's ever thrown me off except just that one thing that I dislike.
Let's head over to the wall before going to. So Cameron McIntyre wants to know if Jon is playing Mance. Is Mance playing Jon? What's going on?
John's playing Mance, and Mance is playing Jon. They're probably playing you both. Mance knows that Jon doesn't necessarily just want to just become, like, he understands that, but he also knows that there's something in Jon, and he's also Stark, and he feels like he could, like, use Jon, especially because he doesn't mind the fact that I think he does definitely believe he killed the Half-Hand guy. What was his name?
Qhorin Half-Hand.
Qhorin Half-Hand. I do feel like he believes that, so maybe he's like, why he killed this guy, and like he does have some willingness to be here, and that girl does like him. Maybe, he sees a little baby of himself in him, so I feel like he knows that he's not necessarily even there to become part of it, and Jon knows that he's obviously not there to become a part of it, but I think they both kind of just want to see what can happen and what's going to go on. So they're kind of playing each other, both like,
And what are your just general thoughts on Mance Rayder?
He's not necessarily what I thought, and he's got a little bit of crazy in him. Like, I could see, like, the actor did a good job in the way they dressed him and the way they had him, just, like, to not be so just, like, oh, he's definitely a sensible guy. We just thought he was crazy. Like, there's something crazy about him. I don't know what the crazy thing is yet, but, like, I was expecting his uncle to be Mance Rayder. Well, not Mance Rayder, but, like Mance Rayder's, like, hand, or, like, maybe, like, his, like, Minchie, I guess he still could be, but like I was expecting it to be like a guy who's like got his shit together. He's rallying all the wildlings. He understands on a much higher level than any of the other kings, and like.
Oh yeah, because you thought that Benjen was that Jon was going to meet Benjen with the.
Yeah, so I thought he was going to meet Benjen there, and like they were going to like then Jon was going to get called into that side, and that's where he was going to find his family, and then like he was going to be like with the wildlings, and the wildlings aren't necessarily these dumb creatures, but just like these actually just people who are misunderstood and like thrown out, and so like. This higher understanding of like what's actually going on side of it was going to become, which kind of happened, but not really because I feel like there's just another group fighting. Like I don't necessarily see like what they're saying. Like I get where Jon was trying to give them admins, like you guys are the ones fighting the White Walkers, but I still feel like there's something. They still live there. Like I know they fight the White Walkers, but they're still living there throughout everything. So they have to do something crazy.
Okay. And then,
plus they have giants, which is crazy.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Which we saw in the
lore. We were talking about giants in history and lore, and you're like, oh man, I hope giants.
I hope there was.
Like, bam.
First episode, I love it. Well, they don't disappoint. They never.
All right, so now let's just head over to King's Landing. Lisa Johnson wants to know your thoughts on Joffrey and Marjorie.
Joffrey likes Marjorie, and he likes Marjorie more than his mom right now. And Marjorie knows how she's working it. Cersei's very, very, very non-trusting of Marjorie. I think that's now I understand why she wanted Sansa, because she can control Sansa, but she can't control Marjorie. And I feel like she knows she can't control Joffrey, and Marjorie's slowly becoming like what Joffrey wants, and like Marjorie knows how to kind of work that. She hasn't even done anything sexually. This is just like her working her own like going and stopping and doing this and doing that and talking. Loras Tyrell, and like having her own like she's like, I don't even need you, but like I can also be here and help you. And so I think her own like individuality is kind of like getting him to where he likes her a little bit more.
So how about Belongs wants to know about that awkward dinner scene with Marjorie Laura?
Oh my god, that was awkward. But yeah, I mean, because between her and her brother,
brother, Joffrey, Cersei.
Yeah, that was just awkward because like
I feel like Cersei.
Cersei knows of what Loras did, and so that's awkward. I don't think Joffrey knows as much what Loras did, so I think Cersei's like distrusting of them completely, and then I think Loras is just trying to like work his way back into like because he was there as like as a Knight's Guard or as a King's Guard, and so like wasn't he King's or is he just a Knight? He was just a Knight in a Rose. I mean, and then I feel like they are throwing shade at each other, like. Joffrey was like, "You're over exaggerating and like much out of your place. Please do not disrespect me." And then she was like, "We'll also remember that you ran to your, quarters and you were afraid, but like
He's
talking
like,
about your father."
Old, Mom.
Yeah, and he was throwing like, "You're old." So there was a lot of tension. If I was Joffrey, I wouldn't have Cersei around the dinner table anymore. Like,
Does he have a choice?
And I would think so. He's the guy. He had a choice for everything else before that. So I mean. I don't know. I think he's slowly pulling away from his mom, and I feel like that's only going to further frustrate her.
So, how does this affect Cersei's role in King's Landing?
It's getting less and less. She's going to keep trying to fight for power, but I think her place in this is kind of lost. Like, and I think that's what her frustration with her father is going to be, is because her father's going to be like, "Listen, you had your son." Like, I don't even know if Tywin knows that it's the Kingslayer's son yet. So I don't know how that's going to play out. But either way. She doesn't offer anything. I mean, she's Queen Regent, I guess, still technically.
Yeah, until Joffrey gets married.
Yeah, until Joffrey gets so. Unless on a crazy turn of events, you're gonna be crazy. Actually, you're gonna be crazy. All right, I'm gonna look away just because I don't want to get anything ruined. I'm predicting that Cersei kills Marjorie, and to get Sansa to be able to stay and. That way she can be able to control Joffrey because she thinks that Marjorie is doing too much or she has her get paid to get killed. Now that we've said that, I'm going to come back. And so I don't necessarily know, because if it goes down the path of everything plays out to how it's going, Marjorie's quickly going to become pregnant with Joffrey's child, and then Cersei inherently...
How could you even stomach to get yourself to that point?
She can stomach anything to be able to become queen. So
that is what she wants.
She's just like, "I'll bring my brother in."
Yeah,
that's true.
Let's
That's
do
true.
it. Let's fucking do it. So, and Cersei's about power too, and she's all about protecting her son. And she knows that he's not protected necessarily around Marjorie because Marjorie would definitely kill Joffrey in a heartbeat. So, I feel like somebody's gonna kill, sadly, because they're also making you like Marjorie a little bit right now. They're like, "Oh, she's taking care of kids, and she could be a good queen."
Yeah, Montana Donaldson was
and
also
they always fucking do that to you. They always make you like them and then rip you away. So I feel like maybe, but if they,
your thoughts on Marjorie after this episode?
I like her. I mean, I like her as from where she stands. She's smart. She's calculated. She plays her cards well. She's at least on the outside, just and friendly, not necessarily behind closed doors, but
Loras did say that she did a lot of that back in Highgarden, but then again,
it's her brother, and in that context, so I didn't trust anything that was actually said, but from things that I've actually witnessed and seen her do, she hasn't done anything too fucked up. She's just willing to give up anything for power, which is cool, but also should show how desperate she is for power, and that's her only motivation. So you have to keep that into account. But that being said, I like her right now. They're trying to get me to like her too, especially giving her all the toys and not just, but it's more than that, because it wasn't just they didn't try to show it in a way for her scheming, conniving. It was more oh, look what she's doing. You knew she was doing it for that way, but it's almost like you liked it too. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't know. I'm very distrusting of that.
So you're thinking there might be some motives behind it.
There's some motives behind it, and I don't trust
helping
Cersei.
orphans.
Cersei's not going anywhere anytime soon. And I don't trust her.
She's turned into a drunk.
Yeah, I don't trust her.
Drinking more than Tyrion.
And she's crazy, and she's dangerous right now, and she's just willing to do anything. She apparently has power still. She's going to get frustrated that Tywin's not going to do anything about it, and Tywin pretty much orchestrated probably that, because he was the one who came back with the Tyrells. So, even though it was Littlefinger, I still think he was the one who knew that was probably going to get, but I don't think he was surprised that
Speaking
happened.
of Littlefinger, a couple questions. Montana Donaldson's last question is, why is Littlefinger helping Sansa?
To get control over Catelyn.
Okay.
But literally control. I have your prisoner now. Now I'm the one who you have to do this thing. I don't think it's. At first I thought it was to help and try to win her hand, but it's not. It's control. And so he wants to be the one with that card up his sleeve. But then I don't know how he's going to do that without also inherently taking Sansa from the capital, and then people knowing that. So even when he goes to Harrenhal or wherever else he goes on his mission, unless it's to unless he's going like Essos or something, and like that's where he's taking his mission for whatever reason. He takes her there, like all the way across the sea somehow, which I don't see happening. Even if he does take her, which I don't think he'll be able to take her. Even if he does take her, I don't see how people wouldn't find out if he tried to threaten Catelyn. But I think that's his play, is to like threaten Catelyn.
Okay.
Because I don't, unless he's just doing it to like, because the only person who cares about Sansa is technically Catelyn Stark and inherently Robb Stark, but less Robb Stark. Right. I feel like at the moment, if Robb has decided between taking the capital and his sister's life, I feel like he can't even make the decision for his sister's life anymore. Like, he's way too deep into it, especially as much as his mom's already fucked up. Like, if they're like, we're gonna kill your sister,
especially since his mom's a prisoner of his own.
Yeah, I mean, he had to do that too. Like, he's about to lose his entire army because I'm so mad about the decision she made too. But I mean, I understood why she did it, and if it's still technically why I'm mad at her is because she's still technically on the way. Kingslayer's on the way to King's Landing that I know of, until maybe they're not
unless they're not, right?
Unless they're not, and then I'm gonna give her a little caveat, and maybe she has something up her sleeve, and then he'll apologize to her, and like, I should have trusted you more, and then like they'll get back together, which is probably what's gonna happen. I just don't know. So as it is right now, I'm pissed at her, and she's stupid as fuck for having. I mean, I guess trusting Bran was smart, but either way, sending the Kingslayer out and making the entire army distrust Robb at first. I mean, he had to, that's why he looked up at the banners and was like, get her into it, because like they're not, and he's over here like talking shit too, like, you know, the people who killed my kids is still out. So she just put a huge distrust into his entire army. He doesn't even have the right now to even say, no, we need to stop, guys, and hold back. I don't think he could hold back his army even if he wanted to at this point.
And then Roz and Shay were talking about Littlefinger.
Shay's working for Varys now, period, in my mind. So everything she's doing for Littlefinger, and that's why she has more confidence with it, is because she's also working for Varys, and Varys is giving her confidence. But that's what makes me know that it's not just like Littlefinger trying to help out, is because like he constantly just betrays people and then comes back and he's like, no, I wasn't betraying, I was just kidding. Like, he definitely betrayed Ned. Like, we watched it happen, but then he was just like, no, I was trying to protect all the way up, and he didn't want to. Like, so like he's been, even where I was believing him and forgot, I was like, wait a minute, no, he definitely betrayed Ned. So
Littlefinger.
Yeah, Littlefinger, and so it's like he's really good at like making you, betraying you and bringing
like,
it back, and then
gaslighting.
your own,
It's like gaslighting, like questioning your own perspective.
I'm like, did I forget?
Non-reality.
I'm like, did I forget? Maybe I watched that scene wrong. I watched that scene wrong.
You saw a knife to Ned's throat.
Yeah.
It was like, wait, oh yeah, that did happen.
Yeah, exactly. And so, like, he's really good about spinning it to like how he wants, but that's what also makes him so dangerous. And like the coldness in his eyes when he was talking to Roz was just like, that like how she needs to like get over the whole baby thing, and like that she can have a day, but then after that she needs to. So he's a cold guy, and I don't trust him at all. I trust Varys almost more than I trust him.
And then Bronn thinking about fighting the Kingsguard right before they exit.
He was thinking about it. He was about to slaughter both of them. Not even fight. He was going to kill them both.
What was he thinking as far as that?
He probably thought that. I mean, in his mind, he was probably walking in on. I mean, he just got told that it's a life and death situation, and he needs to go to Tyrion. If you're a guard or if you're a security person for a person, then you walk up and 2 guards are guarding the person's house and not letting you in. You're gonna have to kill them. Like,
it's like you would have been able to take both members. Like, yeah, they're both Kingsguard.
You would have slaughtered them.
Okay.
I have complete faith in it. Like, I know that guy is probably pretty skilled. I don't even know the other guy's name, and that's the point. Like, I know one guy beats women or hits little girls, and that's all I've seen him. Oh, and he also tried to slaughter Tyrion. Oh no, that wasn't him. So yeah, so either way, all he's ever done is just hit a little girl that I've seen so far. And yeah, he's a Kingsguard, but like Bronn is badass. Like, I saw him like he even won the respect of the Hound in front of, like, when he like killed those 3 dudes, and so he's badass with just that little knife. He didn't even draw his main sword. He took a little knife. He's about to stab that dude in the throat and come back and kill. Like, he would have killed them both and then killed Cersei probably if asked. But luckily for them, Cersei came out in time.
All right, and then the last 2 things are both about Tyrion. So first off, let's hit Tyrion and Tywin. That's
Tyrion. Tywin just fucked up. He could have used Tyrion as such a benefit. He could have had Tyrion like. He could have been his hand, like Tyrion been Tywin's hand, and then both just lead and like on the side and let Joffrey take all the credit, and then both in the shadows like actually rule the kingdom. But instead,
well, Tyrion was just asking to get Casterly the Rock, which isn't even in King's Landing. He just wants the right to the Lannisters. You know?
Yeah, the right to that. And so exactly. Well, I'm just saying, like, he lost an entire because instead of even just giving him that, instead of just even giving him that, he told him like, "Will you put you to use? Because like I get what you're trying to say, but like I still don't like you whatsoever." Which is crazy because like. All he did to earn his dad's respect was say a few things at a dinner or at a wartime table, and then he's like, oh, "Okay, I'm gonna make you the hand of the king." But before that, he's pretty fucking pissed that he brought a bunch of marauders and Vikings or
the knights or
the guys of the woods or whatever, the river.
Yeah, the people
those guys.
around the Vale.
Yeah, those guys. He was so pissed about that, and you had to pay them, and then. Only by Tyrion trying to convince him that it was a good idea and that they could just throw them out there. Then he was like, "All right, fine.
Put them in the front lines. You won't have to give them as much. They'll be dead."
He even told him to go into the front lines, and like he wanted him dead. So it's like, maybe he thought that. Okay, you know what? I fucked up. Well, actually, maybe he truly thought that he was gonna go there and he was gonna let Joffrey fuck the place up. Maybe Tywin wants the place actually thrashed and like wants the place fallen. So then he can maybe come in and like take it rightfully, and so maybe that's why he put him in the hand of the king in the first place was to just get there and fuck everything up. But that's what Tyrion's great about is not fucking up.
Right.
And so, but even more so now, Tywin fucked up because he should have been smarter enough to see that it didn't fuck up and that he has some importance. And now he just made him. Because Tyrion's smart, he just made him an enemy. So I don't think Tyrion's gonna keep.
So you're saying
unlike Theon, in a stark contrast. Tyrion's not going to try to win this.
So Tywin's fucking up politically. He's been fucking up against Robb Stark, militarily.
On the battlefield.
So
he's fucking up left and right, and he doesn't have any person.
He's blinded by
his cockiness. He thinks that he's figured everything out.
And he's also blinded by the fact that he sees Tyrion as the killer of his wife.
Oh yeah, that too. But it's even more so than he despises. It's not just that, but it's like he despises himself that he even just. I think he hates, and I feel like this is a testament to a lot of like. People who don't have like their approval of their dad and still do well. It's like I think he hates that he's still doing well even without him liking it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even without his help.
Because he hates him and he's like, "Oh, and you're doing well?" He's like, "Ah."
Yeah, exactly. And so like there's no reason he needs to care so much about the whores that he has.
He like even denied him as a son,
Yeah, and he's like, the next whore I catch in your bed, I'm gonna like. Why do you care? Like, you just said that you have 7 kingdoms to care about, and you're gonna, like, get that mad because he has a whore in his bed? Like, compared to your son who's, like, fucking his sister? I don't know, like,
right.
It's he has a very, very deep hatred, and it's only further spiraling because of how well he's doing. He still is very frustrated with Tyrion. Tyrion now going to be he's already Cersei's enemy. They don't have any ties whatsoever.
I was just going to talk Belongs Lost. The last question, actually, about Cersei and Tyrion's relationship shifting.
Well, there's enemies living with each other, and I don't think he necessarily have the balls to just kill her, but I think he knows that he would kill her at any point, and he's willing to like work around that. But I don't think Tyrion necessarily wants to kill Cersei, but he definitely doesn't trust her, and he knows that she's the enemy, and now he knows that Tywin is the enemy as well, too. I mean, he gave his best shot to talk to him. Now he has to work and rally around Bronn. And that's why he paid Bronn more. I need you better.
Yeah. Bronn's like, it's double now. I'm a knight.
I'm a knight.
It's double.
Yeah,
it's like, I don't even know what I was paying you originally. That means you can afford it.
Yeah, so they're under the agreement. So I feel like he's going to, like, get his own people together, some type of force.
Cersei would kill him at any opportunity.
Oh, yeah.
Why do you think he was holding freaking
axe? He was holding
an
axe.
Like, I'm not letting you in here, and okay, fine, but I'm going to protect myself with a weapon.
That's why he was
exactly.
It's a matter of life and death, because he doesn't know it.
Forget that. At any point he could die. So I think he's just on edge even more so, and he knows that like he's not any friends, but he's not leaving. I know that. I know he's not leaving because he didn't leave before, and he's definitely not leaving now because he feels like he's losing, and he does not like to lose. And he feels like he's outsmarted at the moment. He's pissing him off.
Could that be
his downfall, his weakness?
I mean, everyone has. I mean, that's
that is
because like nobody's perfect. Everybody has a weakness.
His
hubris. That's the word I was looking for.
His need to outsmart is his weakness, not necessarily his cockiness. He's not cocky because that's a lot of people. Like I think that's Tywin's downfall.
Cersei's pretty cocky,
and Cersei's not her down. I mean, she is cocky. I don't think that's her like main weakness though. But like, yeah, she is super cocky. But I think she gets that from her father and definitely Jaime. Like Jaime's super cocky.
I did like how Joffrey was like, "You lie a lot," and I was like,
"Yeah, exactly." And so I feel like Tywin's is going to be his confidence in him thinking that everything's just like a cog and just needs to get handled, like, is going to be his downfall. Because if you just think of it like that and things that definitely can't happen still, then you're going to lose. And so I feel like that's also how Tyrion's going to unravel him.
Okay. So that's episode 1 of season 3. Where do you kind of see? I mean, they pick up pretty much where
we left off. Except the wall, that much. I mean, it started off there, but like after that, we didn't even go back there.
Right. But so do you think you have kind of a roadmap of season 3, or are you looking even farther down the line, or?
I have a genuine roadmap.
Because after this season, we'll be halfway to caught up.
Yeah, I have a general roadmap of season 3. I'm not 100%. I like by the next episode, I'll have a pretty good grasp. Because like right now, I have ideas, but it's just like everything's kind of fuzzy and like everything's still kind of like settling from the craziness.
Right.
But like I feel like just one more episode, understanding these people's intentions, having the lore before.
Oh yeah, the lore.
I'm coming into like the season with a pretty clear view of everything, so I feel like I'll have a pretty good view of what should be happening.
Just glad Barristan Selmy's back.
That was a surprise. I didn't know they were going to bring him back. See, that's the fun part, because you never know they're going to bring characters back. I don't know when the Hound's going to come back. I don't know when the Mountain's going to come back.
He hasn't been there since like season 1.
I know, it's been a second. I've been waiting for him. Because he's like the knight. He's like the knight. So now the knight is teaming up with like the queen is awesome. And so we'll see 2 morally sound individuals are like fighting together now.
Well,
which is cool.
I mean, Jorah was a soul slave.
Daenerys.
Oh,
no, not at all. No, Jorah. No, I'm talking about Daenerys and him.
Okay.
To like the queen, who's like fighting for everyone's goodness, and like the knight, who's like the honor of morality.
Well, and
like,
he served her father too.
And he served her. Well, that's also kind of weird. Like that needs to be. I don't know how that's going to be too, because like that should show his loyalty, but that should also show like what he's willing to let happen, and so that should kind of show both. Like as much as that's a person to have, there's also someone who's like willing to let anything happen. And he also let Ned,
he's been Kingsguard to what now at least 4 people: Aerys, Robert, Joffrey, and. Well, I mean, I guess Joffrey dismissed him. Like,
yeah, Joffrey's like, get out of here.
Like the second that he became king, but.
Well, I mean, because you kind of got to think, if you're the Kingsguard for how many different kings, are you actually doing your job, or are you just a good fighter? And so, like, I feel like he let Ned not let Stannis become king. He let Robert fall in front of Bor because he let him be. I feel like to be the lead, because he was the head of the Kingsguard, right?
Yes.
I mean, all up until he let him until Joffrey.
Right.
So
now,
if you're
it's Mirren Trant, I think.
If you're the head of a Kingsguard, just like Bronn, like you have to. Well, that's why Mirren Trant's whatever. Like to be a good head of the Kingsguard, you have to be able to kind of be an aid and like kind of not listen to the king or the queen at times. Like if it's not in the right interest. So.
Oh wait, no, it's Jaime. Never mind. Sorry, it's Jaime.
Oh, it is Jaime until they come back. Yeah, until he comes back. That's right. But you know, you have to kind of like check the king or queen. So I feel like Barristan Selmy doesn't have that at all. And would just let anything happen, including letting Robert just go and kill himself with a boar. Even though I feel like there was more to that. He was drunk or he was drugged, but still, either way, like he still let him do that, and he still let Ned get over talked and ripped a piece of paper, which is still insane to me. Like you're the Kingsguard, you see the king's seal, everything. She rips it and takes all of your men and tells you to chill. Like your men should listen to you, not the Queen Regent. And the king's seal was on it. Like, there's no more power or rule than that. So you're letting anyone just kind of do whatever to you. So as much as he's a noble, honorable, best fighter apparently, there's still a huge downfall.
Not even one of the best fighters alive. Like one of the best fighters who's ever lived.
Yeah,
that's like,
and that's a huge testament. But also his loyalty is his downfall as well. Yeah. And I feel like Daenerys is a dangerous person. That's why Jorah's good for her, is because he checks her when she's being crazy, and Daenerys gets crazy. And so, like, I'm telling you, she's a few bad things away from burning people. Like, she's really close. Like,
Daenerys?
Like, I don't, like, she is very, I mean, she already burned somebody. Like, she burned a witch.
She burned
like,
a witch in episode.
Why is she a witch? Because she called her that. That's my point. Like, where's the line drawn, people? Like, go ahead and make Daenerys your champion, but she burned a person alive. I watched it happen. So dragons
kind of reminded me of her brother in this episode, where she's like, I can't wait for my dragons to get bigger. I need to go attack now. And I'm like,
Every episode since she was with Khal Drogo, she's like her brother.
Is anyone morally pure?
No.
Robb Stark is arguably morally pure.
Okay.
And so is Jon Snow.
Okay.
And so is Bran.
Bran's just a little baby.
Those are the three people that I would say right now are somewhat morally pure.
Hodor.
Hodor is definitely morally pure.
He is pure of heart.
Everyone else, not at all. And I feel like the people who aren't merely pure, like look to these people and like envy and like, oh, that's so nice that you can be. Because
I mean, hell, even Ned Stark, the honorable Ned Stark, like Jamie even pointed out to Catelyn a couple episodes ago that
right, he wasn't
the honorable Ned Stark
honorable.
fucked another woman, so
yeah.
He's just like everybody can have shades of gray in this.
Yeah, Ned's honorable, but then he also lied and like betrayed it even past the whole fucking thing, which. Yeah, I want to still know about all that. I'm curious about that side because, like, I'm trying to keep every little last bit of shred of Ned that I can. Like, the only thing
because I keep on being like, oh yeah, by the way,
I totally forgot about it. But until that guy brought up his parents and then called his mom.
Oh yeah, was that in episode 10?
When they were on the snow, yeah, and he was like, oh, the half hand insulted him.
Oh right,
like,
yeah.
Ned and your bastard or your whore of a mother or whatever. Yeah, like they brought it up again for a reason, and like. He left it, like, and then it made me realize that he said something to him before he even left for the wall, like, I'll tell you after.
The next time we meet, I'll talk to you about your mother.
They made a couple scenes about it at this point, and so it's just like, and that was like one of the last time, like, loose in, and then Robert talked to Ned about it before, too, when they were, like, drinking one time, I think. They were, like, sitting down, like, on the way to King's Landing.
King Robert. Sorry, I was thinking Rob Stark.
Not Robert
Like,
Stark. King Robert,
We've
yeah.
already established that Robert.
Yeah.
Robert was drinking, and so, like, they were talking about, I don't know, they brought it up a few times, so I'm curious to see, like, what that whole thing was about that. But if that, I feel like that will, whenever that's cleared, I feel like that will clear Ned's name a little bit. And give you a little bit of relief to, like, he didn't... I'm not saying he didn't fuck. I don't know. I feel like it's not as cut and dry as that. Like, I don't feel like it's just, like... Because it's Ned. Like, I don't think he just fucked another chick and then was like, oh, I gotta keep the baby. Like, something happened. There's some... I don't know exactly yet. I'm just saying, like, there's something to that. So, as much as I want to say Ned's not honorable, I wouldn't say it for that necessarily just yet, but definitely for when he lied. I mean, he lied in front of everyone to try to save...
to save Sansa.
Yeah, and he didn't, and he got killed anyways. And so that's the only time he betrayed his honor. But even then, it's like I understand. So I still consider Ned a pretty honorable man. But his honorability is naivety. Remember, I was telling you that's his weakness, and that's what Tyrion makes up for. Is because you have to understand that there is a game, and the game is played, and you have to play it. And you can't just be like, I don't want to play. I'm going to be better than everyone. It's like, no, well then you'll die. Like you can't either run or you'll get left behind. And so I feel like. There's an overlaying moral push, and I feel like the Starks are what that is. So I feel like Bronn and Rickon obviously is super young, but and Jon Snow. Well, I thought Theon, but not anymore. Theon, he left. But so those boys are the ones who are pushing for the moral because they're only fighting just to be able to left alone pretty much, and they want to help the people that they're actually governing over. They care. They actually help out. Bran was actually giving him people to help out with the stable fix and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true. He was ruling.
He was ruling for a second, and he was doing a good job of it, not being a dick about it. He was being young and bored.
10?
I mean, he had the Council of Maester Luwin, and
but so I'm saying he still wasn't just evil. He didn't take Joffrey's spot. Wanted to be how Joffrey was. I feel like the Starks are a good push.
The closest thing you can have to morally pure.
Exactly. I would say the closest thing you could possibly. I mean, because even then, he still chopped off a dude's head. Ned chopped off a dude's head the first episode because he was pretty sure the guy was lying. But even
he was a deserter.
No, because he deserted.
Even if that's true, that's right. Even if it was true,
he was a deserter,
that's
so
true.
he had to bound by duty.
Yeah. That's where morality gets weird. Where does duty lie? A lot of people have done a lot of things off of duty.
Yeah, is that really the moral thing?
Is that to be loyal? And that's why I'm worried about Barristan Selmy, is that he's loyal, but then where does loyalty lie, and what does that even mean?
Cool.
Yeah. But I cannot wait for the season. This season is going to be awesome. Already giants in the first episode? Let's go. This is going to be an awesome season.
Giants, slightly bigger dragons.
I'm ready to go.
We're already good to go.
Oh man, I can't wait.
That's a great place to end the discussion, I think. So until next time,
subscribe,
keep
on watching, guys.
And
see you guys next time.